Well, the people of Pembrokeshire know that when it comes to going to country pubs, they are truly spoilt for choice, because we certainly have some fantastic pubs around us here throughout Pembrokeshire. But this month, one of our pubs has really, really taken the biscuit, because the Cresselly Arms has just been named the Wales CAMRA Pub of the Year 2024. What an accolade. What an accolade, Steve Adams. Thank you very much for joining us here at Pure West this morning. Steve is Steve leases the pub from the Preseli Estate, I understand. Is that right, Steve?
It is, yes.
Perhaps you could fill us in on what exactly this great award means as far as the Cresselly Arms is concerned.
Well, the Cresselly Arms has been a local pub that served the local community since the late 1700s, and is a unique place at Creswell Quay. It's got a river outside front where we're lucky enough to have boats that come up on high tides, and it's a local pub that really does look after its local customers and local churches, chapels, things like that. It's a very community-based public house.
But as I said, we've got loads of them in Pembrokeshire, loads of beautiful pubs. However, they haven't been named the Wales CAMRA Pub of the Year. Now, obviously, the CAMRA is the campaign for real ale. So what has made the Cresselly Arms stand out head and shoulders above all the other applicants for this award?
You'd have to ask most of the CAMRA members who voted for us, but I would think it's a lot to do with obviously keeping very good beer, ales, which is what CAMRA's all about. So we sell a lot of draft beer through the pub on a regular basis, and I would assume that that's the reason why. Its location is obviously something that helps, because there's a lot of people that come here from all over the county.
You touched upon the real ale. How many pubs, not just here in Pembrokeshire, obviously, but right the way across the board throughout the UK, how many pubs are possibly discontinuing to serve proper real ales these days?
It is dying, sadly, and that's an issue. It's easier to look after a conditioned beer, which is keg formed, where with a real ale, it's got to be sold within a certain time. You need to have lots of throughput of service, which means it within a couple of days, if it's not being used, it's no good, because it's a living matter. So it does have to be sold very quickly.
Sorry, Steve, I was just going to say, this must be so demoralising, because I know that there are quite a lot of microbreweries around us here, aren't there, in Pembrokeshire?
There are, and we always like to support those companies, but they're going into a mixture of both of those. So they are adapting to it, but we try and use as many local microbreweries that are around.
Now, I understand that the Cresselly Arms has had similar awards in the past. You haven't had the Welsh Award, the All Wales Award. However, you have had other CAMRA awards over the years. Is that right, Steve?
Yes, the pub, I think, has won it on 2 separate occasions other than this, and this will be the 3rd time to my knowledge. But obviously, as you mentioned, it's the first time we think that a Pembrokeshire pub has won the best pub in Wales, which it's a huge accolade for the pub. It's got, as I said, it's got a huge tradition going back to the late 1700s, and has served the local community hugely. And obviously we are trying to make sure that still stays the same, by helping and getting involved with local communities. And I think that's one of the things that will keep pubs alive in the future, if we engage with our local communities and try and involve us as a hub of activities in the local areas, wherever you may be in Pembrokeshire or in Wales.
This is the thing. I mean, I do follow Preseli Arms on Facebook and on social media, and the things that you get up to out there, there's always something happening. There is always something happening, and you have a huge following. And I suppose that is integral, isn't it, to the success of a true country pub?
It is, and my biggest thanks go to obviously all my members of staff who are supportive in anything and everything that we do. They come up with ideas, they come up with suggestions, but their work ethic, everything about it is just, it's a pleasure to be here. It's an honor to be here, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've been in the industry for in excess of 45 years now, running public houses, and I enjoy the people I'm working with and alongside, and enjoy my life looking out onto this beautiful area that I live in beautiful Pembrokeshire.
Oh, fantastic. So where do you go from here, Steve? What is the next step? You've won the Wales Award.
Well, we've been told by the CAMRA members that we've been entered into the best of Britain. So hopefully we're in with a chance of becoming the best in Britain. The pub has in its past been voted the best. The second best pub in Britain as a community-based thing many years ago. So if we could maybe come in the top part of the rankings for the CAMRA pub of Britain, that would be a great achievement.
Fantastic. When will we find out?
Well, we're hoping within the month. So hopefully by the beginning of August that the results will be come through. We're on the hands. As I said, it was just a great honour to win Pembrokeshire, and then the greatest was to win the Welsh one. If we get any further, we'll be more than happy. But we're just happy with what we've achieved so far.
Steve,
and again,
I can assure you, Steve, the whole of Pembrokeshire are going to be behind you on this one, and we'll all keep our fingers firmly crossed for.
Thank you.
Many thanks for joining us this morning, Steve, and huge congratulations to the Cresselly Arms.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.
Talking about.